Hello, Kai.
Who are you? How do you know my name? Why am I here?
From the record, it seems like you've claimed to be a part of a community, a so-called homosexual. Am I correct in saying this?
Yeah, I'm gay, so?
Simple. You are not gay, and there is evidence to prove it.
This is about the interrogation. I just really felt this was a very interesting take on this sensitive subject matter. And I say sensitive just because so many people are ending their lives over something that is just normal to them, which is really sad. I think this was, to me, this was somebody who already, the pills were laying out in front of him. So I feel like he already took a bunch of pills to kill himself, and he's having this moment while he's dying, as far as arguing with himself and talking to himself about his sexuality and what he did or didn't do as he was alive and living his life. It's such a great statement, as so many people are still suffering over this. It's so ridiculous, the lack of, tolerance and just acceptance, and that so many people are suffering to the point of ending their own lives, or just having a miserable life, or being in denial, or trying to be normal and fit in. Yeah, I just thought this was well done. It was a very creative idea, and it was really sad because I feel like in the end he does die. I just liked it, though. I think it's definitely an important message to get out, and I hope it does really well, and I think it will, and get out to be seen by more people, and hopefully enlighten someone out there who really needs to hear it. So great job to everyone.
I thought this was a really interesting concept or premise for a short film for one to be sort of interrogated by their demons. It was really well constructed, great direction. Even the writing was really good. Some of the performances felt a little stilted at times, but we were still just invested the whole way through, just because of the sort of bizarre nature of it. That sort of mystery just made it really just that much more interesting than if, say, our lead had been laying on a couch talking to a psychiatrist or what have you. So yeah, I really enjoyed the concept there, the machine as it is, that carried the story forward. Thought it was really well executed, strong direction. So all in all, just a really great short film. Well done.
The Interrogation. The Interrogation is an interesting film with CK basically having a sort of trial against himself, and where his inner self basically tells him that he is gay, but just for convenience. Basically, he's saying like he's gay because he is something fashion, is something that a lot of people are claiming to be nowadays. So we see this introspective introspective trip, which is actually pretty strong and powerful, where we see Kay obviously he struggles a lot with his sexuality in the beginning, because he refuses to be gay. He asks a girl out to the prom, and then he refuses a guy, actually in a very bad way, in a very homophobic way, and then in the end ends up introducing his new boyfriend to his father, and then boom, a fight happens and someone dies, although we don't see who dies, and we can really feel the struggle of Kay, and the ending is actually is a great twist, because it's Kay against himself, and he finally makes amends for all his mistakes, and hopefully from that moment onwards he can start and he can have a new beginning. And I really felt that it was beautifully shot and very intense. Congratulations.
The interrogation is a really interesting way to explore identity and the conflict with it, and the impact on the individual and the people in their lives. And it did it in a very compelling way with intrigue and suspense. So I think it was a really unique approach for the story to explore a lot of different things with a very limited set and even characters. So really great work there.
I didn't expect this film to be about an identity crisis with someone interrogating themselves. I figured it was a family member, a friend, someone kidnapped him by family. Those were the typical things, and yet the filmmakers went in a non predictive route to make the film different, where he's in an identity crisis and he can't decide to be between with what society wants and what he wants, so he does the inevitable. Did say the trigger warning. I thought everything would be a little more intense with the trigger warning, and it wasn't. It was all subtly done, which was quite classy for the filmmakers.
The interrogation. I absolutely loved this. I thought this was so interesting. I really loved the idea. How, he's like being challenged with all of these different kind of points of his past, and you get these flashbacks of kind of why things happened the way that they did. Because a lot of the time when you look at the result of something, you don't actually get the full picture of what happened. Like his prom is an example of that. Obviously he like had called his guy friend that he probably seemed like he was into, but still brought another girl named Grace or something to prom. But of course when you look at just the facts are he came to prom with a girl. So a lot of the time when you just look at the results, you don't get the full picture. So I liked him kind of like being confronted with all these different parts of his life, and then at the very end to have it actually be himself that was interviewing him or interrogating him. I thought was a really great twist. I really loved that. I thought it was really well done. I really enjoyed it.
This review is for the interrogation. I like this premise, the script, this concept of atonement and self-realization. You get a hint with the spread out pills. You get to know the character through his pain. Why would he need to prove himself to anyone? Why would anyone still question everyone else's choices to this day? And worse, based on an archaic religious beliefs. I like the tragedy, the sensible approach to a way to come and way out for so many people in different circumstances, and specifically who they choose to love. This is just so sad that I think it was very sensibly made.